Hey, what's going on, people? Your boy, man, Mike, coming at you guys with some news out of the Atlanta Hawks world. Yes, this has started. It has begun. Atlanta Hawks have indeed made some changes to this particular team, and it begins with DeJounte Murray being traded to the New Orleans Pelicans. Um, the Pelicans receive obviously DeJounte Murray. The Hawks have indeed received the 2025 first round pick, 2027 first round pick, and the Atlanta Hawks will receive Larry Nance Jr. as well as Dyson Daniels. Okay, they are ending the Trae Young Murray experiment, bringing on promising young wing Dyson Daniels and getting a pick in deep 2025 draft that's coming. So a lot of people are expecting, Landry Fields and the Hawks to start making some moves as far as this is concerned. But this is no surprise. We don't know where this is going to end. If this is the end, there are some noise out there that's saying that a lot of people could be on the trade block. We don't know. I really don't think that Trae is going anywhere. I know a lot of people are probably saying to themselves, "Yep, let's get Trae up out of here." And at this particular moment, man, like I said, Daniel Barry, Loch Ness was good, but yeah, this is what's going on. Yeah, but this is no surprise to me. This has been the case for quite some time when you look at this particular trade for the Atlanta Hawks. Not big with basketball. Are these two players worth? I'm not. Larry Nance Jr. is pretty much a guy that's going to be here just based off, just be deep. So, like, I wouldn't, as far as Larry Nance is concerned, I wouldn't get too caught up in his, get caught up too much. Like, I think he's just going to be a role player, to be honest. But from what I'm hearing, that Dyson Daniels kid is as someone that's got a promising future. So when it comes down to him, he's a pretty good pick. But they got a wing guy, one in Dyson Daniels. You drafted a guy like Zachary Richarche. And got Dyson Daniels, so that's a young guy. We'll figure out whether or not they're gonna, ship DeAndre Hunter out. But seemingly at this particular point in time, is that he's pretty much out of here. Do you think the Hawks would be better going forward? Yes, MPG, this is real. But as far as this is concerned, Trae and DeJounte really can't coexist. So I don't really see this as a situation where, this isn't better. It's like, you can't have two guys like that with that's essentially ball hogs play together like that. It's like both of those guys need the ball in their hand. DeJounte's not a guy, not a 3-point shooter like that. So playing with a guy like Trae and you're not a shooter, it's not gonna work. DeJounte, he's more of a mid-range jump shooter, and Anybody that really doesn't have a 3-point shot is not really going to work well with Trey. Just my opinion. And like I said, DeJounte, as a guy, he needs the ball in his hands because he needs to get in rhythm. So for a rhythm guy, DeJounte is a rhythm shooter. When he's in rhythm, he can make some things happen. But yeah, he needs the ball in his hands, and that's the thing that I think. When you look at DeJounte, can he play? Absolutely. I think he's a very good shooter. I think he's a very good player, but he's the type of guy that needs the ball in his hands. So if you're going to play with a guy like that can pass the ball, it's almost like playing with LeBron James. LeBron James is a guy that needs the ball in his hands. And if he doesn't have the ball in his hands, then, it's LeBron James is really a guy that's going to be a threat without the ball in his hands. Not necessarily, because again, LeBron James he's a rhythm shooter also. So guys who are rhythm shooters, they need the ball in their hand, and they need the ball in their hands a lot. So they need to play in systems where it's like a pick and roll type of deal, where they have to have a pick, they have to have a lot of motion, and people around them are the guy that are kind of spot up shooters. So that's why, playing with a guy like that, if you're going to be a good player with a guy playing like a LeBron James and playing with a guy like a Trae Young, like you have to have the ability to catch and shoot, right, in rhythm. And I think that's the thing with DeJounte Murray. He's not a rhythm shooter, but when he gets hot, he needs the ball in his hands and he can do his thing. But DeJounte Murray just needs the ball in his hand, and I don't think he can play with a guy like Trae Young, especially in his those guys play together. But like I said, different players, different skill set. This trade means trade. I don't understand how that. Well, like how Trae Young, somebody is gone. It's like how do y'all feel like that? I don't see how this means Trae Young is gone, to be honest. Yeah, somebody explain that to me. How does exception and JC's contract years 7-7? So give me a second. So, like I said, we're here onto to this particular trade and these two guys. Anyone? And like I said, this is a fairly new deal. So a lot of this stuff has not. And we hearing a lot of people saying that the Pelicans have pretty much got fleeced for this deal with DeJounte Murray. So a lot of Pelican fans do not like this. They think the Atlanta Hawks got the best of this deal. Yeah, Pelicans fans are mad. Yeah, and Lakers fans, they're saying Lakers' entire front office should be fired. So yeah, I'm looking at this and I'm not seeing any yeah, I'm not seeing a lot of people that are saying, all right, anything about Trae Young. So I'm just trying to get some information. Is there whispers as far as Trae Young concerned? But like I said, we'll yeah. I don't see anything when it comes down to Trae Young. I don't see anything saying that the Atlanta Hawks are going to continue to explore. Now, like I said, I have seen that. Yeah, a lot of people saying great trade for the Hawks. Trade DeJounte were never good fit in the same backcourt. I am saying that. Yeah, all I'm saying is that is a good trade for the Atlanta Hawks, and Pelicans fans are not really happy. Yeah, like I said, I don't see anything about trade. But like I said, this is basketball. This is NBA. We already know how players are anyway. Players get in their feelings quick. And, the end of the day, I think, we'll see. We'll see. But like I said, the Atlanta Hawks, they got 2025 draft. They got a 2027 first round pick. I'm not saying anything about Clint Capella or Bogey being gone. I think Bogey, for the most part, just my opinion, I think Bogey may be safe, especially after the year that he had last year, setting the Atlanta Hawks record for the most threes, surpassing Trae Young with that. Like, he had a damn good year last year. We need a big, seriously, we need a true center. Daniels does need the ball too, but his defense is really what y'all need. Yeah, I need to see on Dyson Daniels, but from what I understand, he's a guy that plays defense. Like I said, he's a promising young wing, so that's some upside as far as that is concerned. People are saying that because they want us to completely rebuild. I don't think we're going to do that. Dyson Daniels won't live up to his full potential till he's the primary ball handler. Andre, are you just upset about, like, what are you upset about? Like, you just hate everything right now, Andre Bryant. Okay, what do you think? Shit, I'm hearing from you is I hate everything. Yeah, because like I said, at this point in time, how many opportunities are there in the East right now? There's a lot of guys. Last year, we got the 76ers, like the 76ers, let's be real about them. Their future is in doubt because Embiid, for one, he has an illness that he was just diagnosed with. I think it's not Parkinson's, it's the same thing that Bell's palsy. I think he got Bell's palsy. So it's like with him, like their future is in doubt because we don't know what exactly and how exactly, how the Sixers are gonna last. So I'm praying for his healing Embiid, but Bell's palsy is something, in my opinion, you can live with, but I'm not sure how much he can play and be physical with that. And I think, like I said, that's something to kind of keep an eye on as far as Embiid is concerned. So the 76ers got a lot. The Sixers got a lot of things to kind of worry about as far as that's concerned. So like I said, we don't know what's going to happen. The Hawks could very well be looking to get rid or trade. We'll see what happens. That's just my opinion. I wouldn't touch Trae. But like I said, we don't know what Trey is thinking. Trey may just want to. Trey may want to do something else. Like he may want to leave. He may not. He may want to stay. But like I said, at the end of the day, we'll see what happens. But like I said, like the Sixers, you have the New York Knicks right now. The New York Knicks are going out of their way to pretty much. I mean, they gave up 5 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges. So they obviously want to continue to try to build towards getting to a championship. That didn't happen for them. I think we might go over Jerry Allen. Jerry Allen is a good player. I really like him. I think is that the guy from Cleveland, right? I think that's the Jared Allen. People are saying that because they don't want us to hear. Dyson Daniel won't live up to his full potential. Will this make us better? Knicks are right after Boston. Yeah, Knicks, Boston. You know, and to be honest, like after the Knicks and Boston, man, it's like I still think there's an opportunity for a third team to kind of. I think it's room for a third team to try to make a opportunity. But like I said, man, we just don't know. We'll see what happens. Do you think the first pick, Zach, gonna start 2 or 3? I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, we just got to see how this kid plays. Like, it's my opinion that, you know, they're going to try to make him play. But like I said, the Hawks, they have DeAndre Hunter right now. They still have him right now. They got Dyson. So we still have guys. We got Bogey. And like I said, it's still early in the process. So the Hawks may be going out and, you know, this is probably the first of things to come. You know what I'm saying? In there, we don't know, but I think they're going to push him. We're going to see what he does, and I think we're going to see what they do in the summer and summer. But I think we got a good guy and a guard. I think a lot of people too are forgetting that the Hawks have a guy like Kobe Buffkin. So. Falcons, good God. But the Hawks definitely have a guy and Kobe Buffkin, a guy that can, you know, score the ball a little bit. I think his game is similar to DeJounte Murray than it is to Trey. He's a dang good defensive guard. So DeJounte, I think the type of defense they is that, like, I don't know if it's strange with DeJounte. He gets a lot of steals, but a lot of people end up scoring a lot of points on him in big guns. So it's weird. It's a weird dynamic with DeJounte. Like I said, he's just a weird guy. I think that's one of the main reasons why the Spurs end up getting rid of him. And I'm just be honest, and this is just my personal opinion about DeJounte. I just think he's just always mad about something. It's just something with him and his attitude. It just sits. I don't want to say it doesn't sit like good with me, but he's a guy that always has a problem with something. He needs to have something to be upset with just to play well, and I think that's not always a good thing with certain teams or certain people. Is that he's a guy that just has to be mad about something. It's almost like the Antonio Brown type stuff. These guys are very good players, but they gotta be upset and they gotta find something to be mad and ticked off. If you've seen DeJounte on social media, he's arguing with fans about, oh, you don't know what the hell you talking about, this and that. Like, bro, just play basketball. Fans are gonna be fans. All right. And we've seen plenty of times where DeJounte Murray is on Twitter and he's just going off not only about the Atlanta Hawks and, you know, quote unquote, calling out Quinn Snyder because of his system. Nah, it ain't the reason why. Quinn Snyder, his game plan is the reason why I didn't play well. It's like he's always upset about stuff. You know, does Trey have faults? Absolutely. A lot of people know. You look at Trae Young, his defense, lackluster. Okay? Lackluster. he came in the league as a defensive liability, just like a guy like Steph Curry, defensive liability. These guys are defensive liabilities, but they give you a lot on the offensive, right? If you could just get the right people around him, the right talent around him that kind of help balance his offense / defense and kind of hide his deficiencies, like the Golden State Warriors did with Klay Thompson and Draymond Green. And they got a lot of big men that can get rebounds and play the lanes, block shots. I think that's what you need to do with a guy like Trey, because Trey is never going to be a great defensive guy. He's just never. All right, never going to be a great defensive guy. I hope it changes, but chances are that he's never going to be a guy that plays great defense. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with that. Some guys just going to be who they are. Right, that's exactly who they are. But all right, so they're talking about Jared Allen. Orlando Magic or point go away from being the third best team. And Orlando is right there, but they got some problems too. The Pacers, Bucks on a threat, and the East. Look, the Pacers on a threat. You say, all right, Andre. Good God, Andre, you hate everything, bro. I thought I'm supposed to be Mad Mike. You more Mad Mike than I am. Andre hate the fucking world. Good God. What the heck do you like, Andre? You saw the Pacers last year. You see the Pacers in the playoff last year, and you trying to tell me that they're not a threat? I call players who are liabilities on defense, defensive liars. Hey, man. Look, let's keep it real. This current NBA doesn't really prioritize defense. Like, it's just the way it is. I think, in the 90s and early 2000s, like that type of, like that type of, I think type of basketball is pretty much gone, man. It's like, I think when it comes down to that is concerned, you look at what happened to Dallas. Like, Dallas had a damn good year. Guy like Kyrie Irving, Luka, Doncic, like those guys aren't great defensive players at all, but they end up making it to the finals. They made it to the finals while not having great defense. So you don't need great defensive players in order to make. You just need team chemistry. Those guys in Dallas are a perfect example of what the Atlanta Hawks can do. You don't need great defense. In your favor. Things happen like that. Injuries happen. Chemistry happen. Like I said, some guys just have a bad postseason and they don't live up to what they expect. But that doesn't mean because a guy don't play defense or a team doesn't have a great defense, like great defensive numbers, don't mean that they can't make it to the championship. Like, Dallas got their ass stomped out by Boston. It was an absolute massacre. Mainly because Kyrie just wasn't in any type of rhythm. Kyrie wasn't in any type of rhythm. So again, just because a team doesn't have great defensive player doesn't mean that these guys suck. And he says, what's up, Fresh Prince? Pacers beat the injured Knicks team and Giannis first playoff against the Pacers. And he said Halliburton was pretty much a fluke season. Look, man, we'll see. That could very well be the case. We've seen that before. That's why it's just like when I talk about football, for opportunity to prove that they are or aren't what they is. From what I've seen last year, Halliburton played his ass off, and they made a damn good. They made a push to the playoffs. Like I said, they could end up like the Hawks. We think that they're ready for that next step and then they end up taking a step back. We see it all the time. So from right now, I'm gonna just give Halliburton his credit. The Pacers they credit. They played well right now. And I think Giannis had a calf injury or something like that. So I think he was kind of hobbled as far as that is concerned. The Pacers, the Mavericks are a great defensive team after trade line. But look, I don't. Whoa, 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 whoa. Brian Peoples, what's going on? This man said with a straight face, the Dallas Mavericks were a great defensive team. Did this man just say that? Did y'all just see that this guy wrote that like this man literally said that Mavericks were a great defensive team after the trade deadline. PJ Washington was a great at hiding Luka on the. How is that? Did you look? Did y'all just see what happened to him? They didn't no freaking defense. They were great offensively. No, I don't want to hear. I don't want to know about no stats of what they did in the regular season. And look, all that old because they had at the PJ Washington. Okay, yeah, whatever. What I saw playoff, they weren't great. So I don't care nothing about season 10. A lot of people all put up all these regular season. Yeah, but they got in the playoff, they got exposed. He like a fat slob out there. Couldn't move, wouldn't move. Kyrie wasn't much better than that. He was getting abused by every guard and everybody they put on. Like, I don't know what defense you talking about. Like if you think that Dallas were a great defensive team, then look, I can't speak on that. Sean Thompson, Grizz Nation, what's going on, pimp? I don't care nothing about all these numbers and stats and all that type of stuff. I know what I saw. In both rounds, they look absolutely like trash. Kyrie looked old, slow. He looked like he still had his moments, but for the most part, he looked slow, and Luka looked like he was just disinterested in anything not named "give me the ball and put the ball in my hands." He wouldn't want to rebound. He didn't want to play no defense. He didn't want to even he like Luka didn't even want to goddamn stick his arms out and pretend like he was gonna steal the ball. Yeah, I actually saw that. I saw that game, and they look awful. Again, Andre, I don't know what defense you categorize defense, but what we saw and what I saw, yeah, those guys were absolute trash. Two elite wings in their prime was too much. Like I said, see, let's just say that Dallas were one of the better teams at defending the post and defending big men. Okay? Now, I'll say when it comes down to a certain style of defense, but we all know that defense in the NBA, this doesn't mean that you're great at defending the post. I'll give them that. I'll give Dallas, just say Dallas is a great team to defend in the post. Good rotation, defensive rotations. They get the ball. Luka's very good at getting the ball, starting the break, and doing their thing. They're very good at that. But we talking about defending the perimeter, not so much. And again, we saw that. You had old ass Al Horford out here looking like he was resurrecting his career. Old ass Al Horford. Okay? Old ass Al Horford against these guys. And we're talking about Dallas had great defense. Okay. So, like I said before, man, this could be the start of something. We'll see. But the East, you still got the Bucks, you got the Pacers, you have the Knicks, you have the Celtics. Obviously, they're going to continue to get better. We got 2 bench dudes and 2 number 1 first round for NBA All-Star. Do you not like that trade? I don't understand what you're saying. Why didn't Rudy expose the Magic? Well, they did get exposed. Well, they got exposed. Orlando is one team that's on, so yeah, but Orlando, they one no team. Look, it's a lot of you go to the West, maybe the West is a little bit more open than the East is, but even there's no, there's competition everywhere. And to be honest, let's keep this real with LeBron and those guys over there. Like, do they really have the conversation to bring in a Trae Young? To be honest, like, do they have that? Yeah, but I'm not gonna turn this into a Dallas Mavericks help. Like, they made it to the finals, but they got absolutely exposed and they got destroyed. And the worst way. If anybody think that's the complete opposite, like, I don't know what to tell y'all, because Dallas, they caught Denver at the right, like, my opinion, and I could be wrong when it come down to Denver. I just think they had been on a long run, championship run. Those guys were tired. Did injuries play a part to it? Maybe not. Like I said, they didn't catch Jokic. They caught him at the right time. But like I said, it's just the right time. Like, even for Boston, I think Boston, with a lot of guys a lot of teams in the East, would have Boston beat a healthy Bucks team? Probably not, in my opinion. If Giannis was playing, I don't think they would have beaten the Bucks like that with a healthy Giannis and Lillard, from what I'm seeing. Chile, what's going on, pimping? So the Spurs finesse the Hawks. I guess you say that. Like, I wasn't a huge fan of DeJounte Murray, but I'm not gonna say he sucked. I just think he's one of those guys that he's a ball dominant guy. Some guys are gonna have put up big numbers when they're like let's keep this real. The reason why, in my opinion, DeJounte put up great numbers in San Antonio is because he was pretty much playing with a lot of nobodies. A lot of guys that just weren't good. Okay? They just didn't have a lot of good guys. They did not have a lot of good players in there. So his numbers could have been inflated. So they may have gotten fool's gold when it comes down to DeJounte Murray. Like, I thought he would play better defense than what he did. He really wasn't. And like I said, he's a guy that gets skills, gets a lot of he can rebound a lot better than most smaller guards. But yeah, he's a bit, but DeJounte, I just don't think he plays well with others. Now, this year with the Hawks, they went on a little bit of a run with him in. So a lot of people are saying that's like maybe Trae was the issue because DeJounte, the Hawks look a little bit better with DeJounte than with DeJounte and Trey. And that's why that's why the Atlanta Hawks had to kind of, be real as far as them's concerned. Like, what's the problem? Because if the Hawks, if they don't get any better with Trey, as far as the team is concerned and how you build a team and you putting guys around him that suits his style. And this is why Ricochet, I think Ricochet is going to be another one of those guys. Jalen Johnson, I think he fits well with Trey. He plays well with Trey. Murray, he plays well with Trey. I think the Hawks definitely need a big that's going to be able to move a little bit better inside and outside. That can, maybe not be a three-point shooter, but he can at least hit a mid-range jump shot and be a little bit more active on the offensive end, and be a little bit better as far as the defense, defensive ability to move around on the perimeter inside. Because let's just keep it real, Clint Capella, I just think his style of play isn't suited for what the Atlanta what the NBA is. Murray was clutch for the Hawks, and some trade was gone. Okay, Murray is a point guard, force playing shooting guard. No, he's not force playing shooting guard. He's a guy that needs the ball in his hands. He's a bigger point guard that needs the ball in his hands. That's his skill. He's not a three-point shooter. He's not a three-point shooter, and he's not a passer like that. He's not a distributor. He's a guy that needs the ball in his hands, and he doesn't play off the ball well. And that's the thing too, is what a lot of the Hawks tried to do with Trae Young, have him play off the ball a lot more than what he did. And that's the reason why they end up a lot of times during the game, when Trey was in, Trey went on his run, and when Trey was out, DeJounte went it. So somebody had to play off the ball, and I think that's the thing that we're seeing. Somebody's going to have to play off the ball, and obviously DeJounte Murray didn't play off the ball a lot. Well, I don't necessarily think Trey is a two. Trey is a true point guard. He's a point guard. You can't put up those types of numbers and have that type of ability as the same thing with LeBron James. LeBron James is a power forward. He is a power forward. But the thing with him, he has the ability to distribute the ball and make guys better passing the ball. He's one of the better passing guys we've ever seen in the game. So he is a power forward. LeBron is a power forward who has the ability, who has point guard skills. And I think that's the same thing with Trey. Trey is a true point guard. He makes guys better. He gets guys the ball in their spot. And this is why guys like Bogey was so good, is because Trey can get them the ball in their spot for wide open threes. He has that ability. But the thing with Trey, he also has the ability to shoot very well on and off the ball. So Trey is a true point guard, but he's an amazing shooter too. That can play one, that can play two, because he has that ability to punt. But like I said, he wasn't gifted with the size, so a lot of people just say, all right, he's just a point and he's just a shooter. Well, Trey, he's a shooter and he's a point guard. That's the same thing that was with Steve Nash. Steve Nash, he's a point guard and he's a shooter. DJ Murray is not a guy that can play off the ball and shoot off the ball like that. And I think that was the thing that just didn't sit well with Quinn Snyder and DeJounte. They just couldn't coexist because of Quinn Snyder's offense. Guys, he needs a lot of rotation. No, hey, I don't know who said empty stats, but sometimes when you're the best guy on the team, you put up bigger numbers versus putting up bigger numbers with guys that can actually score. We've never seen DeJounte Murray play well with another big time score. Okay? So until DeJounte can show that he can put up all-star numbers with other all-stars, then he's another one of those guys that we consider empty stats. These are empty stats when you can't play along with other guys. DeJounte needs to be, and this is why guys like Alex Sarr, they want the team to be built around them, because they're better players with the ball in their hand when the offense is designed around them. And I think that's the thing with DeJounte. When the system is designed around them, they play much better. When they have to be the second, third option, not so much. So it's not so much that DeJounte is a garbage guy. I just don't think he's a guy that can play second fiddle to anybody. And DeRozan isn't a guy, too. DeRozan is a spot-up shooter. DeRozan is a guy that, he's a catch-and-shoot guy. DeRozan is a catch-and-shoot guy. He doesn't need the ball in his hand in order to be effective. DeRozan has always been a catch-and-shoot. It don't matter where he is. He had the ball in his hand, he can, bam, dribble one time, shoot. You put him in the spot, somebody getting the ball, DeRozan, he had one of the best mid-range jump shots in the league. So he's a catch and shoot. All these people talking about DeRozan creates, and his shot is a what? What's his best shot? Look, I didn't ask. Look, everybody talking about he's a great creator. What's his best shot? All I'm gonna say is the Kobe mid-range jump shot. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant make that mid-range jump shot. So guys with mid-range jump shot, it don't matter where they are on the field, on the court. These guys can do what? They can hit that mid-range jump shot. They don't need the ball in his hands. Can DeRozan create his own shot? He creates his own shot to get to a spot, and that spot is that mid-range jump shot. So he doesn't need the ball in his hands in order to be effective. See, I think that people think because you dribble a couple times and say, all right, and a guy end up scoring, that, all right, he's a shot creator. That's not necessarily. The thing is, with a shot creator, you need the ball in your hands most of the time. DeRozan doesn't need the ball in his hand in order to be effective. He can play second fiddle, and he can play second and third. Why? Because his best jump shot is a mid-range jump shot. That's his best shot. He can have a Trae Young or whoever, a point guard, handle the ball most of the time. You set a couple of picks for him, and he can get to the rim. So he doesn't need the ball in his hand in order to be effective. Certain guys have in their hands in order for them to be effective. So yeah, DeRozan has always been a guy that can play. He can create his own shot, but his best shot is the mid-range jump shot, and he don't need to have the ball in his hands in order to hit that shot. You can play him off, and that's why he's always put up the numbers that he's put up. But even with DeRozan, that's why he's been traded a couple times. Do you think Trae stays? Look, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. This is the NBA. I learned a long time ago watching LeBron James, watching Kevin Durant. I watched all these guys up and leave. To sit up here and think that, any one player in the NBA is going to end up staying, I just don't think so. So I hope so. I don't think the Hawks are trying to get rid of him, but I learned a long time ago not to trust the NBA players, not to trust any of these players, to be honest, because these guys are driven by the power. They're driven by, they're driven by power. So we'll see. Creating a shot and playing off balls are two different skill sets. Those are two different skill sets. Playing off ball and having the ball in your hand and creating a shot are two different things. A lot of people have to have the ball in their hands in order to be effective, in order to do certain things. Some guys need picks. Some guards have to have a pick, and they play better in a pick and roll offense. Like, look at a guy like Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony needs the ball in his hands in order to be effective. You get Carmelo a pick and you put him on down low, he gonna eat your ass alive. But if you ask him to be a point guard and be a guy like LeBron who's gonna create shots for other people, that's not necessarily his strength. So these are two different skill sets. Two totally different skill sets when you got the ball in the hand to create shots for everybody else. And then being able to play with the ball in your hand and then get your own shots. So a lot of people they can receive the ball, or like I said, with DeRozan, he can create his own shot, but can he create shots for everybody else? No. And again, and that's why he's been traded, two times with Toronto. One time, I think he was, one time. But he got a couple of teams, but like that's the thing. And if there's no there ain't nothing wrong with that. He definitely is a good player, DeJounte Murray, but he's not one of those guys. When you have talent on your roster, he just has not shown up. Look, we just gotta be real with it. Like, if a guy got traded 2 times, at some point, like, we gotta look at him and say, what's wrong with him? This is the second time that DeJounte Murray has gotten traded. If he was that great of a player, why is he getting traded again? The Spurs said it. Popovich said, no, we got to get rid of him. Popovich said you got to get rid of him. And everybody pointing the finger at Trey and say, see, man, Trey, man, he can't play with nobody. Well, this is the second time somebody in the organization said, no, DeJounte Murray is a problem. So Popovich said no. The Hawks said no. So what's the problem? At some point, we got to point the finger at him and say, all right, DeJounte, something ain't right with your game. Or it may be something inside. It just may be him personally. We don't know. But this is the second time he's gotten traded. And everybody talking about, oh, but he did this in the game. And here goes Sheely talking crazy again. Now, you realize Trey missed 2/3 of the damn season last year. How you gonna cost a damn team defense he ain't even playing? Trey did not play. Trey was hurt a lot last year because they had a broken neck. And again, everybody always talking about defense. Defense. Ain't no damn defense in the NBA, okay? Stop. Y'all got to stop with this bullshit about defense. There's no such thing as defense in the NBA now. Y'all have to stop. There's no such thing as defense. This is the wrong belief. We no damn defense in the NBA. Okay, there's no such thing as defense in the NBA. So stop it. Stop just saying, all right, Trey don't play no defense. Well, ain't nobody playing no damn defense. Ain't nobody looking at Luka and say, Luka, yeah, man, you putting damn near triple double every damn game, but you don't play no defense. Ain't nobody playing no damn defense in the superstars in the damn league ain't playing no fucking defense. Okay, stop. I don't want to hear about no one or two team exceptions. Most of the fucking league ain't playing no damn defense. Y'all so full of shit when it comes down to that. Y'all look at one guy or a couple of guys in the NBA because they don't play defense. Y'all just say, all right, I don't like them because of that. They don't play no defense. Ain't no fucking defense in the league. Ain't no fucking defense in the damn league. The Celtics has always been known for fucking defense. The fuck you talking about? Y'all look, again, y'all see one or two teams in the league and just say, yep, see, they play defense in the league. One or two fucking teams in the league and y'all sit up and say everybody play defense. The fuck out of here. I dare you to give me 5, 10 fucking teams in the league that play exceptional defense. Be watching 90s games and what was defense was bad spacing. Get the fuck out of here. See, that's that bullshit that a lot of these punk ass new European ass fucking coaches done brought that bullshit to the NBA. Talking about fucking spacing. You can't even touch a motherfucker in the NBA. You scratch his fucking nails and he goddamn they up here blowing fucking whistles and y'all are talking about some bad fucking spacing. Have y'all ever played fucking basketball and we talking about your coach screaming at you because you got bad fucking spacing? The fuck out of here. Like, we so fucking brainwashed these days in basketball talking about fucking spacing. Ain't nobody said nothing about toughness. Ain't nobody said nothing about blocking shots. Ain't nobody said nothing about great defensive rebounders. And the trade is indeed the top 13 defensive teams already. They're the top teams in the fucking league. Some of y'all are special. Some of y'all really are special. Some of the top defensive teams. Do you know what good defense is? Y'all even know what defense is? Probably don't. Y'all look at a stat and say, yep, that's good defense. Ain't nobody moving ain't nobody moving their feet. You're playing enough things just to you're moving just enough on the defensive side of the ball just so guys can miss shots. It's the NBA right now, and this is why I say there's absolutely no defense in the league. Okay, guys are doing nothing on the offensive side. Guys are not even moving. You got one guy that got the ball in their hands, and guys do what? They stand and wait and shoot the three. We see this every game where guys, you got 3-4 guys on the perimeter, and then a guy launch a three, or they pass the ball around the damn perimeter, and then somebody misses, and then they get the rebound, and then we call that defense. Ain't nobody damn move, but you call that defense. So guys, just because guys miss a bunch of shots and they have poor shooting percentage, some teams have poor shooting percentage, is because guys take bad shots. It's a lot of teams that take horrible shots and they end up making it look like there's actually good defense. Nobody fucking moving their feet, but we saying it's great defense because, oh, they got poor shooting percentage. This team has X amount of minus plus or plus minus shit. Oh, look, I heard Gilbert Arenas, and I done heard most of these guys. I heard Kobe Bryant say, I heard Gilbert Arenas say this. I've heard Steven Jackson, all these guys who are NBA players. They've all stated themselves that they don't play. Defense is being framed as what? Poor shots. They take poor shots, they miss it, and then teams get the rebound. And then we look at the end of the day, well, they only shot 38% in the game. Well, they took bad fucking shots. These guys ain't moving their legs, their feet. They taking poor shots. Because we got, again, like Andre said, oh, I looked at the NBA game in the 90s and they had poor spacing. We ain't heard about no fucking spacing until this Euro shit came. Y'all have been brainwashed to think that Euro basketball is real basketball. Guys like Shaq don't even fucking exist. Y'all look, the people look at Jokic right now like Jokic is an absolute bomb. Understand why he's so good? Yeah, because y'all want 15, 20 people. They were standing at the 3-point line. I see offense today. I see NBA offenses where we got all 5 of the guys standing on 3-point line. The damn ain't nobody in the middle. No, the triangle offense was about what? Ball movement. And guess what? The triangle offense started in the paint. So you had to be in the paint. They didn't have like we today. Standing on the perimeter, and they setting picks, and the ball movement is around the picks. The triangle offense is dedicated on the ball being in the post. Most offenses, it's motion offenses, much like the Golden State Warriors. Most of their offense is designed off of that. Set the pick on the perimeter, and they move the ball around the perimeter. The triangle offense is based on spacing, but spacing from in the post. So the ball starts in the post. It doesn't with the triangle offense. Here we go. The naive. How old are you, Andre? That's why I don't know. How old are you, sir? If you don't mind, how old are you? 30. Yep. I knew it. Yep. That's exactly why you have that opinion. It's because that's exactly. Yep. So you essentially didn't even see Michael Jordan. You was what, like 5 years old, 4 years old on Michael Jordan? The triangle offense started in the post, okay? The triangle offense starts in the post. You get the ball. What happens is you get the ball, you bring it up, okay? You bring it up. You ever see what Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant was lined up? In the post. It starts in the post, and then you guys move from the perimeter and cut. It's a lot of series of back cuts, but it starts post and the mid range. This is why Shaquille O'Neal was absolutely dominant in that same offense, because it started in the post. Okay. And Shaquille O'Neal was one of the better big man post. But the thing with the triangle offense didn't always work, So what did they do? They freestyle. So Phil Jackson was great at the really just changing philosophies in the middle of the game, because sometimes Jordan or Kobe might just be in the rhythm and he'll just scratch the whole offense and he'll just say, all right, Kobe, go do your thing. Drive to the basket, cut, do all that. So the thing with the triangle offense, even with Phil Jackson, he didn't always use the triangle offense. He was just like when Kobe was in the rhythm, he'll just let Kobe do his thing. The same thing with Mike. He would just let him do his thing. Yeah, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. He said, no, Phil had Shaq do that. Kobe was the focal point. No, Kobe wasn't. Alamo, how old are you? That's why Kobe wanted him out, because Kobe wanted to be the guy in the middle of the paint. You can't have, in a triangle offense, you can't have two guys in the paint like that, because it starts with that guy. It starts with that guy. The high post, or he's going to be in the low post. But the triangle offense is an offense that fluctuates. You can have a high post guy and you have a low post guy. Shaq was a low post guy, and Kobe was the mid post guy. That's the same thing. It's almost a version of what Popovich runs in San Antonio. And that's why Tim Duncan, too, he was one of those great guys. That motion offense, essentially a motion offense. The motion offense with Popovich, they start two in the post, and then they end up doing a series of cuts. So it's like Popovich's system is a lot similar to what Phil runs, but yeah. That's what the triangle offense is, essentially a motion offense. And the motion offense, bruh, Alan, what are you saying? You didn't run a triangle offense. Are you saying the Spurs didn't run a triangle offense? That's the Spurs. The triangle offense is a motion offense. But the focal point was at the low post. The motion offense with San Antonio was the exact same thing. Different, but it's a motion offense. Same thing. It's a motion offense. Y'all got to learn what motion offenses are. There's a lot of versions of motion offense. But there's a lot of similarities in that in the San Antonio and even Phil Jackson's offense. It's the same thing. It's a motion offense. It's a series of cuts. But the cuts, with the triangle offense, it starts at the triangle offense starts at the high post, is where he used guys like Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, because they had the ability to shoot the ball from the elbow. So that's why it's called the triangle offense, because that's where it starts. But also in that triangle offense, that offense starts at the low post. So the triangle offense fluctuates from the low post and the elbow. Go back and look at a lot of San Antonio Spurs games and look at the Lakers game. The Lakers had a lot of trouble with the Spurs because they could fluctuate with Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan could hit that. He can start at the high post or he can start at the low post. And that's the same thing with the Lakers. They ran similar systems. It's just where they started. But like I said before, the end of the day, you gotta look at DeJounte Murray and see what's the problem. This is the second time he's got traded, and you just got to be real with yourself. DeJounte Murray just may not be it. We'll see what happens, but at the end of the day, y'all got to learn about y'all Murphy offense, okay? A lot of these things are similar. They come from the same, but y'all get that one day. With that being said, I'm out of here, man.